Hi guys, welcome back to the channel again. Just a quick update on the result for yesterday, because we did actually ended up having a pretty solid day. So what we had yesterday basically was, initially I post the result from the London session. I made about $670 throughout the London session, but I actually ended up taking another trade just before the New York, and I actually traded a little bit more straight out the New York just because of the condition was so good that I cannot miss. I do understand I wanted to focus predominantly on the London session for this account, but like I said, the condition for the market was too good to pass yesterday for the New York session. So that's why I took a couple of trades, and I actually ended up profiting quite a lot, because we were at $670 profit throughout the London session, and we ended up having $2,300 profit end of the New York session, which was a pretty solid result. So I just want to
Order filled.
Quickly. So I just had a trade running, so I got stopped out there, which is quite annoying. Yeah, today's condition is very tough to trade, man. Sorry, I'm just in the middle of the trade for today, and this is actually quite hard to manage. Let me just quickly go back and to see if I can add a position. Yeah, pretty solid. Gotta remove that, yeah. Anyway, let's get back to the stream. So the reason I took the trade yesterday was, as you can see, I made, this was the opening gap for Sunday, right? This was a Sunday opening gap. We left a massive gap open. The market basically gapped up. This is the CFD market. If you look at the futures market, this is all an empty void in this area. So when you see a market like this, generally speaking, this gap is generally to be filled by Tuesday or Wednesday. It's quite rare the market will get filled in Monday. Okay, so throughout the trading yesterday, the bias was quite clear. I took a couple of longs here and I ended up a couple of $100 profit. But when it comes close to the New York, okay, so when it comes close to New York, which is around the 7 o'clock in the morning, up here in New York, around this time frame, right? As you can see, the price is unable to trade this through this area. This area was able to hold the price pretty heavily, and plus, because it has such a massive gap below, and I can see that there is a potential possibility the market will trade it down, right? I wasn't very confident with that trade, but I can see that the potential of market being trading down, because the sentiment for the market is extremely weak for the past couple of weeks. The semiconductors selling off, the tech stocks are selling off, so the sentiment for the market is quite bad. So I can see that this gap fill could potentially happen on Monday. So what I did was I actually took a micro contract just before the New York Open, right there when this retracement happened. I actually took one micro, which is a very small contract, and then just targeted, and this here is actually just $150 stop loss, and I actually targeted the gap fill, right? And then right after the market open, as you can see, market completely sold off and I filled my gap, which, yeah, that was one of the reasons that I actually made quite a bit of profit. This particular trade, I actually made more than $1,000 from this one sell-off. And after the market got sold off, I did, after this reversal, after this impulsive 50 minutes candle, I actually started trading in this area throughout the London, New York afternoon. So I was pretty sure, because after such a sell-off, this was $700 700 points move
Order
in
filled.
the New York morning, right? So throughout this New York morning was such a big move. I was very confident in the New York afternoon there's not going to be another massive move. So there's going to be just quite a bit of a consolidation in the afternoon. So that's why when it comes to the New York afternoon yesterday, I was just basically trading the range here, right? So I was buying, selling, buying, selling, buying, selling, and I was able to accumulate another couple of $100 profit in there as well. So totally I ended up finished the day with $2,300 profit, which is quite a solid result. But yeah, that's basically what I did yesterday throughout the New York session to get to the profit level. This was today's price action. Today has been an extremely difficult day to trade, which I will do an update on today's price action later on today. But for this video, I just want to give an update for yesterday's market. That's all. Thanks, guys. Cheers.